inside our doorway. Epic views we can't describe up here in the north, up north and north.
Hello and welcome, Henning Pauli here for HP42. That's the channel. The Headrush is not one of the most popular modelers. Why is that? It's a little bit weird because hardware-wise, it's freaking solid. Price-wise, it's pretty damn competitive. User interface-wise, it's pretty awesome. It had touchscreen when nobody was doing touchscreen, and it was already good 10 years ago in terms of the user interface. So what is it? Is it the sound? Is it the best sounding modeler in the world? No. Is it total shit? No. So have they missed the train when it comes to marketing and getting it in front of people and establishing it as one of the big modelers? You know, along Helix, Quad Cortex, not even going to mention Kemper, that doesn't even do modeling, and all the Moors and so on, you know, and then Fractal. Well, I think they probably missed the marketing a little bit. And sound-wise, it's solid, but not mind-blowing. What about profiling technology? Yeah, they have the Revolver amp clone tech, which I tried to make work with the software about a year and a half ago, and I couldn't. The software simply just wasn't happening. It wasn't even installing. So they had some real issues there. On the big Headrush, that was when I was reviewed the little one, which is over there, the Flex Prime. On the big one, you can actually do this on the hardware itself. Is it the best amp cloning, capturing, profiling, whatever you want to call it, tech? No, it isn't. But now, things have changed. Recently, people talked about it. Glenn talked about it. Everyone's talking about NAM. Neural amp modeling. No, that's not Neural DSP. That is a freeware. It's an open source tech that anyone can implement in their tech without paying for it. And the guy who came up with it is helping companies implement that, and I think he's getting some consulting fees, as he should. But then, how do you actually capture sounds, and how do you get the sounds onto the thing? If it's open source, where do you, who has the website where you collect the shit? Well, two clever guys from the US got together and built Tone 3000, which is the community where people get together and A, upload their own captures, B, can download all the captures where everything's collected, cataloged, and you can even download the capture file, so your sweep file to run into your amp, and then they are doing the processing on their own rented processors for you, so you don't even need to do that on any hardware you own. Pretty nifty. Now Tone 3000 did all of this for free. But now they are working with hardware manufacturers to implement their library that they have of hundreds of thousands of captures into the hardware. So from your hardware, you can actually access Tone 3000 and download things directly onto your hardware. And why are we talking about NAM captures and Tone 3000 and Headrush at the same time? Because they're now bosom buddies. Headrush now has NAM. Even better, NAM A2. What does that mean? The A2 files, it's a new version that I think Steve is his name, came up with. It's more effective when it comes to processing power. It's smaller and it has its own light version built in. So NAM A2 Lite can run on even smaller hardware. So manufacturers don't have to go and compress the NAM files. No, now that is built in and it sounds pretty much almost exactly like the full version. I didn't have big experience with NAM until I reviewed the Sonulab Stomp Station. And now, for reasons I can't reveal yet, I have quite a bit of experience with NAM captures. Can't talk about it yet, I will say that quite a bit in this video. Also, the Headrush is a great coffee mug holder. So what we're doing today, we're going to look at the Headrush Prime and the Flex Prime, where I made a couple of presets, and all I frickin' did in those presets is load up an amp capture, put a bit of reverb or delay on it, and that's it. So if you look at the Prime, the whole thing here, the coffee mug doesn't come with it. It has a lot to offer. Of course, it has the modeling built in and the effects, and it's got a looper, and it's got a great big ass tuner, and it's got a user interface that's actually really good, and it's got Wi-Fi, and it's got the cloud where you go into the Headrush cloud and you can download sounds, right? But if you see now down here, it says Tone 3000. So you go there and you find what you want. Let's say this. Oh, is it the Dookie? Ooh, they have the Dookie, Marshall. Pretty neat, right? You can demo. How do I demo? Oh, that's neat. That's that's without the cap. I don't want that. But you can demo it right here, and then you click the download, and then it's on your Headrush. That is ultra freaking simple, right? Absolutely beautiful. But you can also, of course, load your own by simply connecting this to your computer. And then you see these folders. Well, you have to be in USB transfer mode. That's important. I had to figure that out. But then you see these folders. And then now there's a folder called Neural Amp Modeler. And all you got to do is put your own captures in there. I put a few in there. I have a lot more than those. Can't talk about it. And that's it. There's another way to do this, which you might choose, because the problem is if you put all your captures into that folder, then going through them could be a pain in the ass because you get hundreds of captures. It has about 6 GB of internal space. That would allow thousands and thousands of captures. I have about 950 and they're 300 megabyte. So a lot, right? But if you put that all in the folder, then you have to scroll through endless captures. So what you could do is use Dropbox, because the thing has Dropbox integration. You know what, before we talk about anything else, I took the 2 units out of the box in case you want to see how they arrive. Let's quickly do that. Okay, so I'm gonna quit product shots because this is old hardware. This is actually old-ass hardware, which is now so much cooler because the Headrush Flex Prime, the little one, we'll get to that, is $450. So for $450, you're getting a modeler with effects, pretty convenient to carry around. That is also your NAM player. The big one is $950, and for that, you're getting, look at it, Helix floor-sized hardware, super solid, with a beautiful, I don't want to push this because then the coffee flies, expression on it, scribble strips, beautiful color coding, a touch screen, so better than Helix, the old Helix, you know, and the new Helix is over $2,000. So you're getting a lot. I was talking about Dropbox. So the way this works is, go to rig. I loaded NAM here. Instead of an amp, you go to clone. You can do amp clone, which is their own thing, or the super clone, which is even better. But again, we talked about some problems with the Headrush own cloning technology, which I think it came from previous Revolver. It's not necessary anymore to even deal with that because Neural Amp Modeler smokes it all. So you open that, and then instead of an amp, you have that sign. Here's the thing. You can only have one NAM capture. So you can't have like a pedal going into an amp. You can have NAM pedals, but it would replace one of these and you have to go into a modeled amp. There isn't enough processing power here to load more than one NAM capture. Okay, it's a little bit of a caveat, but that's fine. So we click on this. I click on this, and instead of my internal, I go to Dropbox. Here's my Dropbox. It's relatively easy to connect. Here are my NAM captures. I go to, let's say, my cleans. And here are all my clean NAM captures. Can't talk about it. One of the problems I discovered is that when you do that, the Dropbox implementation is a bit flawed. The team's on it right now, but I'll still tell you what the current stage of affairs is. State of affairs. It's not alphabetical. You can't order it by something. Then let's say I type in rev. Okay? It'll show me all the revs, but not in the folder I'm currently in. It'll show me all the revs for all the folders, which is stupid because I got double captures and I see the same thing. And also it won't load then. So that's an issue. And also you load a capture and like, I want something else. You go to Dropbox and it's back in the main Dropbox folder. So it doesn't remember the folder that you came from. It's a bit of an annoying implementation. It works, but it's annoying. So I decided to hook it up to the computer and just dump captures in there by hand. Double click. Double click's a bit annoying. Sometimes it doesn't work. You go here. Here are the captures. Oh, in here I only have... Oh no, I didn't dump all my captures on here. I did that on the little one. I think on the little one I got like, 20 or something. So, pick it. That's it. All I got here is noise reduction. And on the big one, it's nice. You've got 3 direct access knob. You can quickly do that. See the parameters. Everything's off. Oh no, the chorus is on. How do I... Is it long? Look at this. What's it doing? Now it's going up there. Stupid. My Imperial capture, dynamic delay, and some reverb. And this is what it sounds like. Turn this off too. Just some reverb. This is a full rig capture, meaning this is my Imperial through my standard aux creamback cab. And it sounds freaking exactly like the sound I've been using forever in about every video. We know the Imperial plays extremely well with pedals, right? How does it play with virtual pedals from the Headrush? Of course, you have the direct access, so I can turn the Jimmy on and off right there. Or let's do that with the Tube Screamer. So the digital world of the modular pedals plays really well with the digital world of NAMM. Just a great sound in there. But if I go to rig, I go up. Here's my next setup. Everything's the same, except it's now the Dr. Z killer breakup sound, which is a killer breakup sound. For these open what you're hearing here is just my capture into a reverb, and that's it. Pretty nifty. You don't necessarily need a lot more. This is the Cornell 4550 Boutique Plexi lead sound. I will show you all those sounds in a track in a sec. So that's obviously something built in. It also has some pretty cool, synthy stuff. That's my modded JCM 800. And that's the Zuta lead. The LA25 Mark II has an amazing lead sound. Let's look at the back of the whole thing and see what we're getting. There's a mic input, also for the capturing, but again, we got NAMM, so why? But you can run mics through it if you wanted to. There's a guitar input, there's send, returns, all that stuff. The 1/4-inch output in stereo, there's XLR, of course. There's MIDI, there's USB. So not as fully featured as some of the super top-level hardware, but at $950, I don't think anything beats us right now, considering that there's NAMM. But when you're buying this, you're not getting the sounds that you just heard, because those are captures that are mine. You can go to Tone 3000 and get any of hundreds of thousands of captures that are there. And there's some really, really good ones and some really, really not so good ones. Can you get these at some point? Can't talk about it. The sounds you just heard, I put in a song. I also put this in a song because look how cool it is. I got this too. That's a dream come true. So here's the song.
Leslie backed the crate, and he wasn't able. Noodle by the door, X under the table. Camper van loaded, fuel and folded chairs. Rolling out of town, fiddle at the window, X ignores the view. Sunny painted houses by the harbor pier. Strangers waved and smiled when we rolled in here. Then the road climbed higher, past rock and pine and snow. Every bend was bigger, no kid has a lot to show. Up north and knowing, up north and knowing. Take us to the fjords, right outside our doorway. Epic views we can't describe, but here in the north, up north and knowing. Morning hit the blast with the silver kind of gold. We walked to giant lakes and mountains, salt and cold. Sliced through and was silent, gladly getting done. Heavy shook the cables, Leslie said this is no fun. Up north and Norway, up north and Norway. Take us to the fjords, right outside our doorway. Epic views we can't describe up here in the north, up north and north. Up north and Norway, up north and Norway. Take us to the fjords, right outside our doorway. Epic views we can't describe up here in the north, up north and Norway. Waterfalls were falling like thunder from the sky. Little boats were drifting and the dogs were flying high up north in Norway.
So, while you enjoyed that, I switched the Prime to the Flex Prime. Same processing power. A tiny screen for mice. I'm 51. Yeah, I know. I look 12. But tough for me to fiddle around with that screen because it's got the same information on it, just a lot smaller. So, doing the double click here. Oh, that worked now. A little bit harder. You don't have the actual knobs here for a quick adjustment, only one main parameter knob. But when you go to that screen, everything gets a lot smaller. But the same deal, you can go into the cloud. You go to T3K, which of course I signed up there, but then now it won't let me. But that's actually, why? I did. Maybe I didn't. That's how you do that. You scan the code, log yourself into your Tone 3000 account, and that's it. So I can't show you that. But the same thing with the browsing. We go to Neural Amp Modeler, User, and there are all the captures I put on here. As you can see, quite a few. We can, of course, also go to Dropbox and go to my NAM captures and so on. There's also Tidal. So if you want to just play music from Tidal to jam along to, that's also an option. I like that they use Tidal because that is musician friendly. I, of course, made a few sounds with my own captures. This is the artist sound. And you can do that's actually a part of a song that you will hear in a second. Pretty cool. What is that? It's a chorus, it's a dynamic delay, and it's the Artist Sound Vibro Sound custom amp from Italy. So if I want to go up, wait, can I go down more? I hear we're on that again. Cool stuff. We're not here for that. We're not even here for the modeling. I'm not even showing you that. It says Engel because, you know, it's an Engel. Jose Arredondo amp, really? Easy to turn that into a lead sound by simply turning this delay on. Yeah, there you go. Not shit. Ah, one of the best leads in the world. One of the best leads I know. Looking at the amp over there, it's in here. Can you have it? Sure, there's really great leads on Tone 3000. Not that one. Other great leads. Can't talk about it. The purple channel. How cool would it be to have a whole pack of rev amps? The D40, the Dynamis, the 740, the 100p, the 120 Mark III Gen 2, the D20 Mark II, some of the... How cool would that be? Wouldn't that be cool? The Rockman! You know the Rockman? Tube Workshop amp. With those NAMM captures, you don't need, or with NAMM captures in general, if they're done well, you don't need extra EQing and compression before it and all that stuff. If you got a good bass sound, that's all you need. Now, these are, of course, ones with the cab baked in, but you can also get amp DI captures and then run them into an IR or run them into a cab that is in the Headrush. Now, the ones you just heard, I will also show you in another poppy song that I did with the Moog Messenger and the Enya Inspire. The Enya Inspire is going into the Headrush Flex Prime, except for the lead sound, which came directly from the Enya, but everything else is from the Flex Prime with the sound you just heard. So I'll bore you with another song. Here we go.
I found a spark in the rain on a page with your name.
Now, as I said, Headrush was always good hardware, good user interface, everything fine. Sounds were not top of the line, like Fractal and stuff, but also not bad. I think they just really didn't do the best marketing job to push this to where it needs to be. Because bang for the buck, Flex Prime, $450, that's budget territory for a modeler of its capabilities. $950 for the Prime with scribble strips and everything that it has? Who can compete? All the competition is like $500, $600 or $1,000 more when it comes to the capabilities. Now that it can do NAMM, sound-wise, it's as good as any quad cortex or any whatever, because it has the capability to do NAMM and grab any capture directly from Tone 3000. Not mine. Can't talk about them. But what's the caveat? Really no biggie. You can only load one NAMM capture. And honestly, that's the only thing that I found that really bugs me. On the little one also, it bugs me that the screen is so tiny, but that's because I'm old. I just don't see well anymore. If you're a youngin', and you probably are because you're looking at modelers and not amps, so that could be $450. Most NAMM loaders with also those capabilities in terms of effects and then expression pedal, all this, are way more. And most certainly at $950 for the big one, I just think Headrush did it to become massively relevant again, overnight. Yeah, the hardware is slightly dated compared to some other stuff on the market, but that's why it's also cheaper. And now it sounds as good as their big, newer competition. So, one word about me working within music. Because you're seeing the Moog, you saw the Moog Messenger, or Moog. Rhymes with Vogue. Just remember that, rhymes with Vogue, Moog. I had some communication problems with them. If you remember the video about having communication problems within music. So I started a nice friendship with the CMO and we talk regularly. And when it was announced that Headrush would do NAMM, I contacted him and said, hey, can we do something for Headrush? Because NAMM is a topic that I'm dealing with now. I can talk about it. And he contacted me with, connected me with someone from his team. We also had the Moog thing planned for a while, that I would do something for the Moog Model D because I've got a big history with that synth. Or actually, I don't. Video on that coming. So, yes, we're trying to work together. In working together, full disclosure, I realized that there are still communication issues. I now have someone to yell at, who then yells at people. But no, that is still a company where communication isn't flowing the way it should be, and where you're writing to someone and then, you don't get a quick back and forth and then it's resolved. Many other companies, by the way, have the same issue. But I now at least have an avenue I can pursue to report those issues. So we will see how the story unfolds. I'm working with them and we'll see where it goes. Do they make a now more relevant guitar modeler again? Yes. Are they going to push it onto the channels and marketing avenues where it needs to be? I don't know. I don't know where their priorities are when it comes to Headrush. But now that it can do NAMM, I think they should sell the crap out of it. Because it's amazing. It gives you a NAMM loader with all this hardware capability. At the moment, who else has that? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Links below. Like, subscribe. Please subscribe to the newsletter. That's relevant if I ever start sending out newsletters. Then I have a list of where to send them. So please do that. I want to thank my new friends from InMusic, and especially Joe. Thank you, Joe. We'll see where the friendship goes. I like that it went to me being able to review the Headrush and its NAMM capabilities. And of course, Moog video coming. That being said, animals at the end.
Talking songs. It's tonight we're proving wrong that it's all been life. Take me now. Our time is now.